Be still, chosen one, for a holy moment is gathering around you right now. For some time, a sacred whisper has been circling your name, a prayer spoken from a place beyond our world. And today, that prayer has found its target. This is not a random occurrence, nor is it a mere algorithm bringing you here. It is a direct message from her, the woman who gave you life and who continues to stand guard over you from the heavens. She has been petitioning the divine on your behalf. Her voice carried in the rustle of leaves, the soft glow of a candle, and the sudden, unexplainable warmth that fills the room when you are alone. The gentle brush of air on your skin that you felt recently was not your imagination. It was her presence, her voice calling your name as all of heaven listened. This message is sanctioned by the Most High, delivered under the protection of Archangel Michael to bring solace to your aching heart and clarity to a confused mind. Your discovery of these words is the definitive sign that the heavens have aligned to deliver what you were always destined to receive. You must not turn away now. Too many divine signs have been missed in the busyness of your life. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you, and strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuru readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment. But this one is the key. She implored the heavens for you to listen because her message contains the healing your spirit has craved, offering rest to a soul that has known only turmoil for far too long. Perhaps you carry a silent burden, an unspoken goodbye, or a heavy weight of guilt that you have concealed from the world. Heaven is not here to reopen that wound for shame, but to cleanse it for healing. As Scripture says, the hearts of parents will be turned to their children and children to their parents. What you are about to hear will transform how you remember her and how you carry yourself forward. Lean in and let the divine speak. This is your moment of sacred communion. You have felt it, haven't you? A profound disquiet deep within your spirit, a feeling that something is fundamentally out of place within your soul. You have masked it with daily duties, with work, with forced smiles at family gatherings, but in the solitude of the night, the weight returns. It may be regret over words left unsaid, or a love that never found its final expression. The miracle is that she heard it all. Every silent thought, every whispered plea of your heart was carried to her by the grace of the Almighty. Your mother's love did not end when she took her last breath. It has only amplified from her place in eternity. She has been granted permission to draw near now, not in physical form, but in pure presence, communicating in the language of the soul. This message is not a coincidence, but a divinely scheduled appointment. The night you wept silently, whispering, "I miss you," she was there. The shiver you felt was her spiritual embrace. She wants to speak clearly now, to cut through the veil with a powerful truth. You did not fail her. You were more than she ever dreamed. She asks you to release the guilt you carry. It is not yours to bear any longer. But there is more, and this part is urgent. It is the reason she has pressed so hard against the veil to reach you today. She sees someone close to you, someone within your family or your very close circle, whose words are sweet like honey, but whose spirit drains your peace like a parasite. You have sensed this unease, this internal alarm you tried to ignore because you are a good person, a chosen one who tries to see the best in everyone. Do not dismiss it any longer. Your mother now sees with heavenly clarity what your heart only suspected. She is protecting you. You are entering a pivotal season that demands clarity, not confusion, discernment, not fear. Your inner light was never meant to be dimmed for anyone else's comfort. Before we go deeper into revealing who this betrayal might be coming from and how to protect yourself, I ask you to take a small step of faith. Like this video, to signal to the universe that you are open to the truth. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This isn't just about a button, it's about creating a digital sanctuary where we can support each other. By subscribing, you are telling the algorithm of your life that you prioritize spiritual truth over worldly noise. Let us speak about the guilt first, because until the guilt is removed, your spiritual vision is clouded and you will not be able to see the betrayal that is approaching. Many of you holding on to this message right now are tormented by the final moments or the final years of your mother's life. You replay conversations. You wonder if you did enough. You wonder if she knew how much you loved her. Listen closely. In the spiritual realm, communication is not limited by acoustic vibrations or the English language. It is telepathic and instantaneous. The moment you feel love for her, she receives it. The moment you feel regret, she receives it. Not as a judgment, but as a call to comfort you. Science tells us that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. The bond you share is a quantum entanglement of souls. When she crossed over, she went through what is often called the life review. In that state of absolute clarity and unconditional love, she saw your heart. She saw the sacrifices you made that you thought went unnoticed. She saw the tears you swallowed to be strong for others. She saw it all, and her verdict is one of absolute pride. She is not holding a scorecard of your visits or your phone calls. She is holding the essence of your love. She needs you to forgive yourself because your guilt is acting like a heavy fog, preventing her blessings from reaching you. Imagine for a moment that you are handing that heavy bag of guilt to Archangel Michael right now. He takes it from you. It is gone. Breathe in that freedom. Now, with your spirit lighter, we must address the warning. This is why the atmosphere around you might feel charged right now. Your mother's spirit is protective, like a lioness. From her vantage point in the heavens, she sees the tapestry of your life. And she sees a dark thread being woven in by someone you trust. There is a betrayal brewing in your family or close circle. This is not to frighten you, but to arm you. The chosen ones, people like you who have a high degree of empathy and light, often attract what psychologists call dark empaths or spiritual vampires. These are people who feed off your light because they cannot generate their own. Your mother is warning you about someone who smiles to your face but speaks ill of you in the shadows. This person may be a sibling, a cousin, an in-law, or a friend who feels like family. How do you identify them? She is giving you the signs right now. First, pay attention to how you feel immediately after interacting with them. Do you feel drained? Do you feel a sudden onset of a headache or a drop in your mood? Your body is a spiritual antenna. It knows before your mind does. Second, listen to the backhanded compliments. This person uses words that sound supportive, but leave a stinging aftertaste. They might say, "I'm so happy for your success. I never thought you'd actually make it." Or, "You look great, considering how tired you've been." These are not compliments. They are subtle spells of doubt cast to lower your vibration. Third, and this is the most critical sign your mother wants you to see, notice who is not clapping when you win. When you share good news, watch their eyes. Is there a flicker of annoyance before the smile appears? That is the mask slipping. Your mother sees this person plotting to create discord, perhaps regarding an inheritance, a family secret, or simply trying to turn others against you to isolate you. She is whispering, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove." You do not need to declare war on this person. You simply need to stop feeding them your energy. Stop sharing your dreams with them. Stop seeking their validation. Draw a boundary of fire around your heart. There is a scientific basis for this intuition you are feeling. We have neurons in our gut, the enteric nervous system, often called the second brain. This system produces 95% of the body's serotonin. When you get a gut feeling about someone, it is not just a metaphor. It is your biological and spiritual defense system processing information that your conscious mind has missed. Your mother is communicating through this system. When you feel that knot in your stomach around a certain family member, that is her hand gently squeezing your spirit, saying, "Caution, my child, caution." Do not override this data with logic. Logic can be manipulated. Energy cannot lie. But the message goes deeper. A long-forgotten wish from your past is circling back to you, a dream she remembered and advocated for in heaven. Think back to 10, maybe 15 years ago. What was the dream you buried because life got in the way? Was it a creative passion? A desire to live in a specific place? A calling to help others? You thought it was dead. She kept it alive. She has been whispering to the angels, "My child is ready now." You are going to see doors opening in the coming weeks that relate to this old dream. Do not call it a coincidence. It is her gift. It is her way of saying, "It is not too late." However, there is another layer to this visitation. There is another soul beside her, one who also departed too soon, with whom you had no closure. This might be a father figure, a sibling, or an old partner. They have waited until now to speak, letting your mother's voice soothe you first because they know you trust her most. They step forward to deliver a liberating truth. You were not the cause of their departure or their pain. You have carried a specific knot of trauma regarding this second person. Maybe you feel you weren't there when they died. Maybe the last words you exchanged were angry. This soul stands before you now, bathed in the same white light, and they wish to return your peace to you. They are showing me an image of a broken chain. The chain of pain stops with you. You are the cycle breaker of your lineage. They want you to know that the anger or addiction or sadness they carried in life was their battle, not your fault. You tried to save them, but some souls can only be saved on the other side. Release the war you wage against yourself. You have absorbed cruel judgments and internalized lies that you are not enough. Archangel Michael commands you to rebuke these falsehoods. Your mother weeps, not for your failings, but because you believe you have failed. Where you see flaws, she sees radiance. Where you count mistakes, she counts the times you chose love over closing your heart. You are a survivor who has endured unimaginable trials. This is not weakness. It is the sacred endurance that forges character and hope. Let's talk about the practical steps you must take now that you have this knowledge. The betrayal your mother warns of requires a strategic response. You must become a gray rock to this toxic individual. This means you become uninteresting and unresponsive to their drama. If they try to bait you into an argument, you respond with neutral words. If they try to guilt trip you, you stand firm in your truth without explaining yourself. Silence is a powerful protector. Your mother wants you to conserve your energy because you are about to need it for the blessing that is coming. The energy you save by not fighting with this family member will be the fuel for the resurrection of your dream. It is a divine exchange. Trade the drama for your destiny. Furthermore, you need to cleanse your home. Your mother's spirit loves a peaceful sanctuary. She suggests that you open the windows, let the air circulate, and perhaps light a candle in her memory, not out of grief, but out of honor. Speak to her. Say, "Mom, I hear you. I receive your warning. I release my guilt. I am ready for the new chapter. You will be amazed at how the atmosphere in your house changes. The heaviness will lift. The shadows will flee. You might even smell that familiar scent again, her perfume, her cooking, or the smell of rain that she loved. These are her calling cards. I want to address the skeptics within you, the logical mind that asks, is this real? Consider the phenomenon of terminal lucidity, where patients with severe dementia suddenly regain total clarity before death. Consider the studies on after-death communication, where thousands of people report the exact same types of signs. Butterflies, coins, electrical interference. The consistency of these experiences across cultures and centuries suggests a reality that our current science is only beginning to understand. Your love for her and her love for you acts as a bridge across dimensions. Love is the highest frequency in the universe. It is the carrier wave for these messages. When you tune your heart to the frequency of love, you are tuning into her station. The static of guilt and fear blocks the signal. That is why releasing the guilt is the technical requirement for receiving her guidance. As we move toward the close of this transmission, I want you to close your eyes for a moment if you are in a safe place. Imagine a pillar of blue light descending from the heavens, surrounding you completely. This is the protective light of Archangel Michael. Within this light, nothing can harm you. No betrayal can pierce this shield. No negative words spoken against you can stick. Now, imagine your mother stepping into this light. She looks healthy, vibrant, and younger, free from the pain that plagued her earthly body. She is smiling that smile that used to warm your entire world. She places her hand on your heart. Feel the warmth. She is depositing a seed of courage into you. She whispers, "You are safe. You are loved. You are never alone." Hold on to this image. This is your reality. The drama in your family is just a temporary storm. This connection is your eternal anchor. She also wants to remind you of the power of your own words. In the coming days, be very careful what you speak over your life. Do not say, "I am so tired," or "I never get a break." Instead, align your words with her vision for you. Say, "I am protected, I am guided, I am healing." Your voice has the power to create your reality, just as God spoke the world into existence. Your mother used to pray for you, and now you must pray for yourself with the same fervor. You are the legacy she left behind. You are her greatest masterpiece. Do not let the brushstrokes of a betrayer ruin the painting. There is a specific date or anniversary approaching, or perhaps one that just passed. Your mother acknowledges this. She knows the days are hard. She knows the empty chair at the table screams her absence, but she wants you to fill that empty space with new memories. She does not want you to mourn in darkness. She wants you to live in the light she ignited in you. The greatest tribute you can pay to her is to live a life of joy despite the sorrow, to laugh again, to trust again, but with discernment this time. Now, I am going to pray a prayer of protection over you, invoking the presence of the archangels and the spirit of your ancestors who walk in the light. I want you to receive this prayer with an open heart. Divine Creator, God of all comfort, we come before you today with a humble heart. We thank you for the gift of this mother's love, a love that transcends the grave. We ask for the protection of Archangel Michael to surround this chosen one. Sever every cord of attachment to toxic family members who seek to harm them. Reveal the hidden enemies. Expose the betrayal before it can take root. Give this child of yours the eyes to see and the wisdom to act. Wash away the guilt of the past with the water of your grace. Let them know deep in their bones that they are forgiven, that they were a good child, and that their mother is proud of them. We rebuke the spirit of heaviness. We rebuke the spirit of confusion. We declare clarity, peace, and a new beginning. Let the dream that was buried rise again. Let the finances that were stolen be restored. Let the joy that was lost be found. We seal this prayer in the name of the Most High. Amen. If you received that prayer, I want you to write "I am protected" in the comments below. Let that be your declaration to the world and to the spirit realm. When you write it, you ground the energy. You make it physical. Remember, the warning about the family betrayal is not to make you paranoid. It is to make you prepared. The person may try to provoke you soon. When they do, remember this moment. Remember the blue light. Remember your mother's hand on your heart. Do not react. Respond with silence or a smile that says, "I know who you are, and you have no power here." You have the upper hand now because you have the higher perspective. Your mother also wants you to look for a specific sign in the next 48 hours. It will be a bird, perhaps a cardinal or a dove, appearing in an unusual place or behaving in an unusual way. Or it might be a song, her favorite song, playing on the radio or in a store when you least expect it. When you see or hear this sign, stop, smile. Say, "Hello, Mom." Acknowledge the connection. The more you acknowledge it, the stronger it becomes. It is like a muscle. You must exercise your spiritual awareness. You are walking a path that few understand. Being a chosen one, a sensitive soul, is a burden, but it is also a massive blessing. You feel things deeply because you are meant to heal things deeply. Your family dysfunction didn't start with you, but it can end with you. You are the alchemist. You are the one who turns the lead of generational trauma into the gold of spiritual wisdom. Your mother is your guide in this process, but you are the hero of the story. She has passed the torch. Run with it. Do not let this message fade as soon as you click away from this video. Carry it with you. Revisit it when the doubt creeps back in. The enemy of your soul wants you to forget this truth. He wants you to slide back into guilt and confusion. Do not let him. Stand firm. You are backed by the armies of heaven. You are watched over by the woman who loved you first. As we conclude, I challenge you to do one act of kindness today in her memory. It could be buying coffee for a stranger, calling a friend who is struggling, or simply forgiving yourself for a mistake. Make her love tangible in this world. That is how you keep her alive. That is how you defeat the betrayal, by overwhelming the darkness with an unstoppable light. The betrayal is coming, but so is the blessing. The storm is coming, but you are in the ark. The noise is increasing, but you have found the frequency of peace. Trust your gut. Trust your God. Trust your mother's spirit. She never left. She just moved upstairs to get a better view so she could guide you through this maze. You are loved beyond measure. You are protected beyond understanding. You are a child of the Most High, and you are the beloved of a mother who waits for you in eternity. Walk with your head high today. The universe has your back, and she is leading the way. If this message resonated with your spirit, share it with someone else who has lost their mother. You never know who is drowning in guilt and needs this lifeline. Sharing is a form of ministry. And don't forget to subscribe to our community. We are building a family of light here, a family that does not betray but supports. A family that understands the language of the soul. Until we meet again, may the peace that surpasses all understanding guard your heart and your mind. Listen to the wind, watch the candles, feel the chills. She is right there. She is right there. Amen. But do not move. Stay right here. The prayer is sealed, but the shift in your reality has just begun. And this is the most critical moment for your spiritual safety. What I'm about to explain in these next few minutes is the difference between a temporary relief and a permanent transformation. Most people pray, feel better for an hour, and then slide back into the toxic frequency because they do not understand the physics of spiritual warfare. You see, when you release a prayer that powerful, when you invoke the presence of a protective mother spirit and the Most High, you create a massive displacement of energy. You have just turned on a floodlight in a dark room. And what happens when you turn on the light? The shadows do not just disappear, they react. The entities, the negative thought forms, and yes, the toxic family members who have been feeding off your dim light are going to notice a change in you immediately. They may not know you watched this video, they may not know you prayed, but they will feel a disturbance in the energetic status quo. This is explained in science as homeostasis. A system always tries to return to its set point. Your family system, as dysfunctional as it is, has a set point of chaos, guilt, and manipulation. You have just disrupted that. You have stepped out of the role of the victim and into the role of the victor. Expect a reaction. This is what psychologists call an extinction burst. When you stop reinforcing a behavior, or when you change the dynamic, the other party escalates their behavior in a desperate attempt to get the old reaction back. In the next few days, that family member who betrayed you, or the one who is planning to, might suddenly become sweeter than honey, trying to lure you back in. Or they might lash out with an intensity that shocks you. Do not be fooled by the sugar, and do not be rattled by the rage. Both are symptoms of them losing control over you. You must stand in the center of the storm, completely still, anchored by the truth you just claimed. Imagine you are wearing a suit of armor made of mirrors. Anything they project onto you, guilt, shame, anger, accusations, hits that mirror and bounces right back to them. You do not absorb it, you do not analyze it, you simply observe it. This is the mastery of the chosen one. You are no longer the sponge for their trauma, you are the mirror for their truth. And truth, to a person living in a lie, burns. Now, I need to address a physical sensation you might be feeling right now or will feel later tonight. As this spiritual work integrates, you might feel a sudden heaviness in the center of your chest or a tingling sensation at the top of your head. Do not be alarmed. In the study of psychosomatic medicine, we know that the body holds the score. Your body has stored years, perhaps decades, of cortisol and adrenaline from walking on eggshells around these people. What you are feeling is the release. It is the energetic detox. You might find yourself crying for no reason or needing to sleep more than usual. Honor that. Your nervous system is rewiring itself from a state of hypervigilance to a state of safety. This is neuroplasticity in action, guided by spiritual intent. You are literally building a new brain, one that is not wired for fear, but for faith. Drink plenty of water. Water is a conduit for spiritual energy and helps flush out the toxins released by this emotional purging. There is a deeper layer to this betrayal that we have not touched on yet, and it is vital that you understand this so you do not blame yourself. Often, the black sheep of the family is actually the light bearer. In families where there is unresolved generational trauma, secrets kept in the dark, addictions hidden, abuses ignored, the person who is most sensitive, the one who seeks truth, becomes the target. That is you. You were not targeted because you are weak. You were targeted because you are the threat to their illusion. You are the one who sees the emperor has no clothes. Your mother, from the other side, sees this clearly now. She sees how you were treated, and she wants you to know that the jealousy you experience from siblings or relatives is actually a distorted form of admiration. They see your light, they see your resilience, they see that despite everything they threw at you, you are still standing, still kind, still seeking God. They cannot understand it, so they try to destroy it. It is the ancient archetype of Cain and Abel. It is not new, but you must not let their envy dim your shine. I want to give you a specific tool to use when the anxiety tries to creep back in, specifically regarding the financial betrayal or the inheritance disputes that often tear families apart after a death. Money, in the spiritual realm, is just energy. It is a form of currency, a current. When family members fight over money, they are fighting for energy, for love, for validation that they never got. If you have been cheated out of what was rightfully yours, or if you fear you will be, I want you to release the grip of that fear. This is counterintuitive, I know, but hear me out. The more you clutch at the fear of loss, the more you signal to the universe that you are in a state of lack. Instead, I want you to adopt the mindset of the kingdom. You are a child of the king. Your inheritance does not come from a flawed earthly lineage. It comes from a divine treasury that is inexhaustible. Justice will be served, often in ways you cannot predict. I have seen it time and time again. The one who cheats to get the money ends up losing it in medical bills, bad investments, or legal troubles because the energy of that money is cursed. It is tainted. Meanwhile, the one who walks away with clean hands and a pure heart finds doors opening that no man can shut. Opportunities come from nowhere. Debts are cancelled. New streams of income appear. Trust in the divine redistribution of wealth. Your mother is advocating for you in high places. Do not lower your vibration to fight for scraps when a banquet is being prepared for you. Let's go deeper into the signs. We spoke of birds and songs, but there is another way the spirit world communicates, especially regarding protection from enemies. Dreams. In the coming nights, pay close attention to your dreams. When you are in the theta state, the bridge between the conscious and subconscious, you are most accessible to spirit. You might dream of your childhood home, but with different rooms, or you might dream of driving a car. If you dream that you are in the back seat and someone else is driving, it is a warning that you are being too passive in your family dynamic. Take the wheel. If you dream of water, ocean, river, or rain, take note of the clarity. Clear water means purification and clarity are coming. Muddy or turbulent water warns of emotional confusion and deceit. If you have a dream where a family member tries to give you a gift, but you refuse it, that is your spirit guide telling you not to accept their gifts in the waking world. Be it their false apologies, their money with strings attached, or their toxic narratives. Write your dreams down the moment you wake up. Keep a journal by your bed. The details fade within seconds of the conscious mind taking over. These are intelligence reports from the other side. Do not ignore them. There is a concept in quantum physics called entanglement. Particles that have interacted remain connected, affecting each other even across vast distances. You are entangled with your family, but you have the power to change the nature of that entanglement. You can observe the connection without feeding it. This is where the concept of the observer effect comes in. By simply observing your family's dysfunction without judgment and without emotional reaction, you change the outcome. You stop feeding the fire. Next time a family member tries to bait you with a passive-aggressive comment, try this. Pause. Take a deep breath, look them in the eye, not with anger, but with curiosity, and say nothing, just hold the guy. Attention, you need to prepare now. I put together an exclusive resource for those who feel set apart for something greater, but live surrounded by noise, distractions, and mental overload. This is a 30-day journey that will transform your life. A guided path to armor your mind and prepare for what's coming with daily practices of focus, boundaries, and discipline. Stop negotiating with the noise. Learn to spot distractions before they control you. And strengthen your mind. Also available in an immersive audio version. Over 10 Zuzazara readers have already transformed their lives through the 30-day journey. Thousands of people have already started this transformation. People like you who are tired of living in the fog. Ordinary people who decided to stop accepting mental chaos. Take advantage of this limited time offer only this month. Access your link just below in the pinned comment.